I wanted to touch on this comment from Deaf Blackfella because
Yep.
I actually have some great news, and I think we mentioned it last week. YouTube has now come out saying that they will not do AdSense or revenue share with AI-generated content, meaning if it's not a real person doing the voiceovers and
Yep.
it's not predominantly real people in the videos, it
Yep.
won't be able to be monetized, So just to sort of put people's minds at ease around the AI thing, and for those who don't know, this is literally what my master's thesis is on. The technology is there, but it's a little bit like the mini disc. Just because we invented it doesn't mean it's going to be mass adaptation. I definitely see some places where we'll be like, yes, AI is here to stay. But when it comes to human connection and content and entertainment, we are seeing it being rejected across the board. We're seeing it being rejected by big companies like YouTube, and YouTube's creator program is huge. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but YouTube takes 60%. So there's an incentive to keep people on the YouTube platform. They don't really want to piss off me and Topher.
This is, but this is also, they are a company that takes the long view. They are a company that has survived all of the other disruptors that have tried to take them out. And they've done that by staying on the leading edge. They don't lean back like Kodak did and get taken out by the digital camera. So what this means is that they're teams of people who are dedicated to trying to forecast where the future is going. They are sitting there saying the money in the future is not in AI-generated content. They're not doing this just to protect their current revenue model right now. They would find a different way to do that if that was all this was about. What this says to me, a little bit like when Volvo, they were the first car company to pivot to openly woke and progressive ads. They supported all the gay and lesbian parades, blah, blah, blah. Back in the 70s or even the 60s, they started doing that. They saw the trend, they jumped on it. What have they started doing in the last 5 years? Family-friendly advertising. They've dropped all of the progressive stuff because they didn't go progressive because they were a progressive company. They went progressive because they had the most advanced and far-sighted market research that told them that's where the market was going. And guess what? They were right. Now their market research is clearly telling them to get back to family values, and their advertising is reflecting that. YouTube are not refusing to monetize AI because it's convenient for them right now. It's because their research is telling them there is no money in this in the future. And they're absolutely right, because if it's all AI computer generated, it is commoditized to the point that there is no differentiation. It is the human being that creates the differentiation. You and I, Carly, for as long as we're able to talk and able to do this sort of stuff, you and I will always be in demand.
Oh, well, I just wanted to touch on this comment here. Weird how AI is taking all the creative jobs first. Guess I'm safer in manufacturing than I realized. I know, like, that's the fear rhetoric at the moment, but there couldn't be anything further from the truth. And that witchery logo is proof of that. Just because it exists and people see it as like a fun little novelty, that's not going to persist, because look at the backlash they're getting. So we'll probably bring this up on the podcast because I know we've got to wrap up soon, but there was another fashion brand. I'll have to research which one it was. I think it was a Toi, who used AI-generated model images to showcase their new range. It wasn't clothing as it should fall on the body. It was AI-generated clothing. And their entire customer base, like, just blew up over it. And so just because people are embracing it and seeing there's an opportunity there doesn't mean the consumer's going to buy into it. Netflix have come out saying that they're admitting that they've used AI in creating some of their stuff for their upcoming movies. And again, there's a massive revolt from consumers. People don't want this stuff. So just because people see that AI could be the future, if it doesn't land, it doesn't land. You can't push it on the consumer because they're voting with their money.
So, Carly, I've got good news. Your fan has dropped by.
My one fan. Thank you.
All one of them. Your fan has come by. First time seeing Carl's, but she's great. I agree. I reckon she's pretty good.
Shat on, so I appreciate that.
That's why I podcast with her, because I reckon she's got a bit to say. Now, anyway, moving on. We do need to wrap up though.
Have we read all our super chats? Again, guys, very much appreciate them.
I'm fairly sure we've got all of them. There were a few that didn't have comments, so I just put them on the screen briefly. We didn't talk about them. But yes, I believe we've done every single one.
It's not too late to leave one, guys.
Well, not too late to leave one if you'd like to support us. And we have merch coming soon. So the samples are on their way to me. I was hoping they would have arrived today. They haven't. Hopefully they'll arrive tomorrow. So we've got the Oddcast merch coming very, very soon. So save your pennies because it's going to cost a fortune. I'm a Carl's fan, says capital G-Man. G-Man, that's basically Carl's equivalent of her mum dropping by. That's the equivalent. It doesn't count.
I have two fans. Right? That person may or may not be getting some dividends from me after the podcast.
All right. Well, we do need to wrap it up. But Carly, where can they find you if they'd like to follow your work?
At Carl's J Soda, and just a little bit on my work. I am now in a position to be talking a lot about culture, consumption, and marketing. So I've got a lot of really cool content coming out. So if you're interested in history and culture, just stay tuned because lots going on.
Excellent. If you want to follow me, it's at Topherfield on all the socials. And I put out a heap of videos. Love them, hate them, do whatever you want. But that's what I do. It's what I do all day long. It's my full-time job now. My team is coming together. I now have 3 people in the Philippines working for me in different roles and capacities. And okay, you can talk to me about outsourcing, blah, 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 but I cannot afford to hire anyone in Australia. And quite frankly, the number of people that I know that put people on in Australia, they turned out to be dud employees. They got rid of them, doing all the right things in the process, and then got sued by them. I literally know multiple people who are in that situation right now being dragged through frivolous lawsuits from ex-employees in Australia. So even if I could afford to employ people in Australia, I'm not 100% sure that I would. But my team is coming together, my content is getting more prolific, and it's time to take over the world.
Just quickly, pro engineer, is your name Matt? I'm not going to oust you, but I think your name's Matt because thank you for purchasing my books.
No. So I just want to point out that you can't be selling very many books if the fact that someone bought both of them means you can remember them by name. Just saying. Just not trying to start nothing.
No, because he said he bought both. I told you I finally got someone to be able to print my book. So that's exciting because it was going to cost me a fortune otherwise.
Yeah, that was crazy expensive.
Guys, just before we go, give us a quick heads up what you'd like us to talk about on Wednesday because I have some topics, but I'm always curious what you guys want us to talk about.
We need like a tips line. A show us your tips kind of line. With a P.
To be fair,
we'll have to figure that out.
More money. Someone did ask before the chat started, like, what my OnlyFans link was. I'm like, guys, don't tempt me.
If there's money in it.
Are there a lot of train dorks in this? Have I started a thing?
I think we've attracted a bit of a train niche. I think we've got our little core fan base going on. Well, here you are again. Thank you so much for watching the Oddcast. You've just seen a clip from the wonderful Carly and myself. Am I wonderful? No, but Carly is. And between us, we make a good team. So head on over to the Oddcast HQ on YouTube and watch our full episodes over there. See you there.